what we're attempting to do here is to take three homemade movies of weddings that took place in the 70s of three members of the Fuller family, although their surnames may not have been Fuller, they were directly connected to Alfred Fuller, my grandfather. This is Ken Fuller, and we're in May of 2008 at this moment. The people concerned are my cousins Joe, which is the young lady on the left in this still, my cousin Sandra, who's the daughter of Sylvia, my aunt Sylvia, and Gay, who's the daughter of my cousin Joyce. The point being that at each wedding there were members of the Fuller family, principally aunts and uncles who were children of Alfred. So I'd like to point them out, and some of them are really fast, and I apologize for that, but at least they're moving. So the two people in this particular still are Uncle Fred, and by the way, when I refer to uncle, I'll use that specifically as a child of Alfred. Uncle Fred and his daughter Josephine, Joe. This was taken in the environs of Southampton, to which Fred moved. This is my Uncle Fred here with Joe again. This is my father's brother. There's still, correction, Teresa in the blue, my Aunt Dora with the red toque. Fred's right there in the black hat was his wife. I forget for the moment. She's my favorite aunt too. There's Aunt Dora in the red toque. Oh, there's her husband Bert, just bent out of the picture to the right. Aunt Dora and her husband Len Lewin, to differentiate between him and Len Fuller. There's Peter, the closest one to the camera, speaking to Fred. Peter is Uncle Peter. Having a humorous moment. There's Aunt Margaret and Uncle Fred, her husband, with the happy couple. And the water in the background is undoubtedly the Solent, or attached to the Solent, a well-known piece of water around Southampton. This is the place the reception was held, I imagine. It was back in the 70s, I imagine. Here's my brother David and his wife Doreen. Apparently everybody's gathering to see the happy couple off. I'm afraid I don't know these gentlemen. Now here's a crowd. We ought to be able to see somebody in here. There in the center is Fred having a quick cigarette. Fred again on the right, father of the bride. Regrettably, I don't recognize anybody. I think that was Uncle Bert Hole. Anyway, now this is Sandra's wedding. Different place, slightly different time. And I guess I'm out of practice. I don't really recognize. Now there's Aunt Teresa in the bright red, and her arm is just. Oh, and this is Aunt Sylvia with her back to us. Their sisters. The gentleman there was George Smithson, my cousin Joyce's husband. Nice church, anyway. Uncle Len Lewin. Nick and Sandra now arriving at the church. Oh no, I've got that wrong. Excuse me. This is Gay being escorted by her father George Smithson. Now this is my cousin Joyce's daughter. And this is Len Lewin, who must have got dressed up as an invalid, as a little bit of an upstage. It's a happy couple leaving the church. Again, this is Gay and Sean O'Hare. Gay is running a very successful. Oh, that's her mother, cousin Joyce. Oh, there's my father against the fence there on the left. That was Uncle Peter walking from right to left. And there is George, father of the bride. Why do professional photographers all look like that? Now this is taking place in the famous Gladstone Park, which you've all read. This is up the top of the park, and the reception would have been held in a well-known old house there, which belonged to William Ewart Gladstone, the ex-Prime Minister in Victorian times. Anyway, I was looking at the website that the bride runs with her costume making business, costumes for plays, amateur and professional. She has a gigantic stock of costumes. Now there's Aunt Sylvia in the blue dress, and that was her husband Harry Bryan, who was taking the photographs. Now that's Aunt Doris with the red toque on there. My Uncle Peter leaning against the fence. Now there's Aunt Dora, and there's Winnie Lewin, who was a great friend of my mother's, and she also was the sister of the father of the bride, Lynn Lewin's sister, Winnie. There's Harry and Sylvia, Aunt Sylvia, my brother Michael, just leaving the screen on the left. There's my mother and Winnie Lewin. My mother on the left just nudges Winnie. And there's Aunt Dora. My mother, of course, was Nora Fuller. Nora Angela it was. And there's Peter's son, and there's Uncle Harry Bryan. He was a great friend of mine, especially when they lived in our house just at the end of the war and after that. He was now there's Aunt Sylvia on the right in the blue dress. Lovely, lovely lady. Just a wonderful temperament. Oh, and there's Peter's son Jesse and his wife Pam. Now, just for the sake of saying goodbye, this is a wedding correction, an engagement party they must have held before the wedding. So there's Dora, my Aunt Dora. That is so much like her. So, and Cousin Joyce on the right. So we'll say farewell.